Hello, everyone. Hello, fans of Constant Calibrating. I'm Josh Silverman, here talking to you for the first time on the Constant Calibrating channels in quite some time. Hiatus lasted a lot longer than we expected, and I mean that by a large portion. The original plan of action was to go on hiatus at the end of January, and then the hope of it was to come back somewhere around PAX East. As we approached PAX East, it didn't seem as likely that was going to be happening. I was running into issues getting the website transferred over. I was running into issues getting stuff going to get the website redesign in place. We've been working with Studio Fortis, our wonderful friends. They couldn't fit us in for a big website remodel project on time, and I didn't want to work with somebody else. I explored options, but ultimately they were who I wanted to work with, so they weren't going to be ready to start, I believe, until right around PAX East. Around that time, I started chatting with them, and it became very clear that GoDaddy was going to make my life a living hell. So I started the process of trying to find somewhere else to move over to. Finally, in late May, I believe it was, I finally found the place I really liked, a new hosting service. I think it was Bluehost. Got everything set up to move. And now everything got migrated over, but GoDaddy's still jerking us around on domain hosting. They're still jerking us around on getting everything off of their service. And I'm currently paying for two services at once because of this, and there's a lot of issues. So until this is all resolved, Danny and Evan of Studio Fortis cannot start on the website overhaul. That's where we're at on that. I hope to have that fixed soon. The plan was to come back from the hiatus once the website was done. I'm getting antsy. This is taking too damn long. We're almost in the middle of July. At the latest, I wanted to come back by E3. So I've been tossing around between myself and Justin and came to a decision that we want to come back from hiatus now. The website's not going to be done at the same time, and that's just life. It'll be done soon enough. We'll see what the turnover is going to be once the GoDaddy bullshit is sorted out. But yeah, so we're going to come back. Justin and I have actually been recording episodes of The Catch-All every week for the last few weeks, trying to get a format down for that show. Literally every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Pacific, we've been doing that show. You're going to probably see some snippets of videos come up this week. I'm hoping I wanted to release them a week or two ago, but ran behind on a couple of other things. Those will be released. You'll get to see those. But the Catch-All Gaming News Podcast with primarily be Justin as the primary co-host, Justin is the primary host, myself as the primary co-host. Live every Wednesday, 5 p.m. Pacific. That'll be reviews, previews, and news as applicable. We've kind of got a really good format going. That is debuting tonight for the new episode 1, because we are restarting that show completely from scratch. The new episode 1 will be available tonight, live on mixer.com/ConCalPod, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm excited to bring the Catch-All back. Justin and I have been having fun practicing with it, so we're gonna bring that to you guys tonight. The plan is to edit those tonight, every Wednesday night, and release them Thursday morning, afternoon, whatever, for that show. That is the plan of action right now. We'll see tomorrow, Thursday, what that beholds, if that follows true. But since we're trying to do newsier stuff, that's the hope of things. Additionally, you might be asking, where the hell is the Constant Calibrating Podcast fit in all this? So we left off. I did a podcast at the end of last year with Dylan Avento, where it was episode 290. Some of you may know that I was featured on the Versus Evil channel back at PAX West. Brandon Stennis, when he still worked for them, offered me a slot to do a Constant Calibrating Podcast live from their show floor. And yeah, that's what I did. I was joined by Dan Nichols of Adult Swim Games, by Derek Van Dyke of SDGC, and Christine Martin, now of Gung Ho Entertainment. Not at the time, wasn't announced yet. We did a show on, essentially, just to boil down, micro-influencers. That's episode 291. I've had that edited for a while, didn't know what to do with it. So I'm going to release that next week. My plan is for the Constant Calibrating Podcast to come back the following week. So that would be the week. The show is now going to be every Tuesday night at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. My hope is for the show's either going to launch on Tuesday the 23rd or Tuesday the 30th. I'm going to start putting out a call to get guests on the show. So the show's going to be a combination of the formats of essentially the two more popular iterations of the show. Last year, I experimented in the back half of the year with doing just myself talking to people with co-hosts as available. I loved doing it, but it sucked. We didn't have a set time for the show. The show was whenever it was available. There'd be 3 episodes 1 week, 2 episodes 1 week. It was all over the map. Co-hosts weren't available. Things were a clusterfuck, and yeah, I'm taking a page out of what I've seen from my buddies at SDGC, and I want to go back to what it used to be, a show that's every week, and if we get guests, we get guests. If we don't get guests, we don't get guests. Primarily be myself, Justin, hope for other Constant Calibrating members to take part in it. We'll figure that out as we go. Going to be doing, essentially, if we have a new guest, we'll be talking about them as our main topic with other topics to follow. We're not going to focus 100% on guests, as we started towards the end of our last cycle. We're going to focus on the guests as part of it, but if we want to talk about our personal stuff, if we want to talk about gaming news, if we want to talk about pop culture, the guest is going to join us for the ride. All guests are going to be let know about this beforehand. I'm taking actually a page out of the Mega Dad's book. I learned when I was on their show, which you should go just listen to all their stuff. Listen to SDGC, listen to Mega Dads. I recommend both shows. There's a lot more shows I recommend. I should do a show on the shows I recommend. Rambling now. But Mega Dads do this thing where they send out a little letter to everyone. I don't know why I never thought about doing this. It's like, hey, if you're able to record on your own, please, this is what you need to record. This is what you need to export. And here's all the information on our show. I never did that with guests. Been doing this 7 years. I've been doing PR for 4 of those years. It never occurred to me to do that. And that's a questionable choice there. So when we're sending out with every episode, I'm working on essentially a document right now that's going to go out to all guests. If you made this far into this video, if there's a guest you would like to see on ConCalPod Podcast, can you please either tweet at me at Bear Punch? My DMs are open, so you could DM me at Bear Punch, or either hop in our Discord. There's a suggestions area there. We're going to redo the Discord, but for right now, suggestions, and literally anywhere, I don't give a shit. If you have a suggestion of a guest you'd want to see or a returning guest you'd want to see, please put it there. And then also just Josh at ConCalPod.com is my email. Yeah, I think that covers the majority of the things. So once the website's back, we'll be talking written content. To be blunt, I don't have a plan for that at the moment. Blake and I had tossed around some ideas at the beginning of the year, but just haven't really discussed much on that because without a website, it's kind of hard to write articles, isn't it? So there's that, and I think that covers most everything. I'm going to be continuing streaming here, which I'm doing right now. For those who don't know, this is actually videos being made live at mixer.com/bearpunch. So I'll be doing streaming here. Justin's going to continue streaming at Justin Glorious. Every other member of the team who does streaming is going to continue at their own places. The ConCalPod stream place on Mixer, mixer.com/ConCalPod, is going to be home to podcasts. If we do a big group stream, we're going to probably just co-stream with our personal channels. The only reason gaming stuff will happen on the ConCal stream is if we have a sponsored thing or we do some sort of an event, like an Extra Life stream or a charity stream that's specifically related to the business and not related to personal stuff. So please go follow the ConCalPod channel for all of your podcast related things. We'll have more announcements related to what we're going to be doing there as we go. But for right now, 2 podcasts a week. For, depending on the length of them, one show that's about an hour to 90 minutes, another show that's 1 to 2 hours. So it's like 4-ish hours a week on that channel. And that's that. Thank you all for your patience. I've not exactly been forthcoming with information because I have been just trying to figure shit out myself and figuring out my own place in my own life. And yeah, mental health's not been the strongest for me in 2019. Yeah. Oh, may as well tackle mental health breakdown. Will come back at some point. I've been doing a show with John and Justin from SDGC called Megalixer. go to twitch.tv/official SDGC. Follow them. That's Monday nights at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 Eastern. That's kind of has a similar format to what I wanted to do with Mental Health Breakdown anyways. So when they invited me, to be blunt, it was an easy way for me to get my message and get my thoughts out there without having to produce a show myself. Mental Health Breakdown, I have an idea of how I want to retool it and do it differently now, but it's not the forefront of my thoughts. I hope to do something with that post PAX West. So stick around for more details of that. So I have some ideas. I might do something at PAX West with it. And then any other shows we will have more details on as applicable, as needed. Again, thank you all. Your patience and your love and support over the last 7.5 years has been amazing. And especially in 2019, it's been amazing. So I hope we continue to do right by you guys. And fuck, this is a 13-minute video that was supposed to be 2 minutes. A ramble. Love you all. And I bid you good. Sign off.